Hello, and welcome to this video on corrective analysis exercises where we will assess an impairment of a specific region based on the anatomy and assessment findings of the injured area. In this video, we will analyze the shoulder complex, specifically the rotator cuff. The rotator cuff is made of 4 different muscles: the supraspinatus, the infraspinatus, the teres minor, and the subscapularis, otherwise known as the sits muscles. A client has presented with dull achy pain and stiffness in the shoulder and has been diagnosed with rotator cuff tendonitis. Before proceeding to corrective exercise techniques, there are different types of tests used to determine our course of action based on the compensation of muscles, overactive and underactive. The first test is the static posture assessment. Here we look at our client from the lateral perspective. We see a characterization of upper cross syndrome of a slight lean forward with rounded shoulders. This can be caused by potential overactive latissimus dorsi and trapezius and the underactive muscles of rhomboids. A second test performed is the overhead squat, where the client presents with less range of motion as his arms fall forward, as well as the inability to keep a 90-degree position. Because his arms fall forward, the potential causes could be overactive latissimus dorsi and coracoid brachialis, as well as the underactive sits muscles and rhomboids. To support these findings, a compensation test known as the shoulder flexion wall test was performed. Here his lower back arches indicates overactive latissimus dorsi and pectoralis muscles, and indicate underactive muscles of the rotator cuff, rhomboids, and lower traps. From these findings, we will address more of the overactive lats and the underactive rhomboids and rotator cuff muscles. The first technique used is the inhibitory technique. In order to address overactive muscle fibers that create tightness, because his lats are overactive and tight, we want to gradually roll the latissimus dorsi area from the armpit to mid-region of the side. This can be performed for 30 seconds in about 4 reps. Next, we will lengthen the latissimus dorsi to reduce the stiffness caused by overactiveness and to increase range of motion. This is performed by reaching over your head and pulling your upper body to the side for a 30-second hold in 4 reps. Activation techniques address the underactive muscles, in which we will use the positional isometric technique, where the client will work weak rhomboid muscles to improve strength and muscular endurance. Here you want to lay prone with the arm hanging down, when the trainer will apply increasing intensity throughout 4 reps of 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100% pressure for 5-second holds and 2-second relaxation in between. Finally, we want to use the progression of these muscles assessed to coordinate changes in order to enhance the rotator cuff movement. This is known as the integration technique. Here we will use a pulley machine to perform internal rotation, because it will work both the shoulder muscles and part of your lats, in which an increase in strength will show. This concludes the course of action using the corrective exercises continuum on a shoulder region impairment.